Welcome to the Talkin Balls NFL Show with your hosts, the main man, Neil Adams, the Temu Jason Kelsey, Mark McFadgen, and of course, the talent, Rob Newman. Grab some beers and get ready to talk some balls.
Hello and welcome to the Talkin Balls podcast. I'm your host, Neil, and joined, as always, are my lovely bearded co-hosts in Arn and Rob. How are you, gents?
Solid. Did you start that quickly because you knew I wasn't going to fall for it, or what's the crack?
I just hit record and then I go to you and then I try and get somebody to talk so I can interrupt them.
Yeah, no, it wasn't happening. I actually tried to flip you the bird, but you started a bit quicker than I expected.
Joining us this week is the host of the new Talkin Balls Network show, which is called Talking College. It's Bernard. What about you, sir?
Thanks for having me. I just see now that I missed the backwards hat memo. Not only do I not have a backwards hat, I also don't have a different colored backwards hat. We're rocking purple for the Vikings, green for the Jets. Rob just rocking the neutral white there.
Yeah, well, this is for the Cyclones, the college game, the college classic.
Yeah.
So it's perfect for you. I'm only doing it because I was meant to get my hair cut today, and my barber rearranged. So
stop showing people.
hiding it.
Yeah. So yes, we've got the two boys on that got to go to Madrid.
Yes. Well, I mean, we could talk about the football side of it, or the maybe the preparational side of things.
I want to hear what the fluff happened at the start where you couldn't get your media passes. I want to hear all about that.
It was a pain in the ass. So I got there to the place where the email told me to go to collect the media credentials. I got there at 10:30. I walked in and they went down to the lady, and there's 3 women there, and told them, they looked through the badges, they couldn't find it. Then they checked some note things, nothing was coming up, and then they just said to me, "We don't have it." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Who has it then?" And they're like, "I don't know." I was like, "Could you?" Yeah, I was like, "Could you find out?" And they're like, Then after they kind of seen I wasn't leaving, they made a phone call, and this a random phone call, and it said, "Okay, go to gate 25." On this street of the Bernabeu. And I'm like, okay. So before I went there, I met up with Nedge, and he was trying to get in a different the actual entrance where the media goes into for the stadium. He couldn't get in there because obviously they don't have a pass, but there's a woman outside, and she said, "Oh, go to like section B of the stadium, and then go up to like the ticket box, and that's where you get them." So we're like, all right, grand. That didn't open till 11:30. So we're like, all right, cool. We're in the queue to get in. It's like 12 o'clock. There's still all that people in the stadium. We're like, what's going on? So I said, look, we're split up. I'm going to go around to the place they told me to go to in gate 25 and see if we can see there. You stay here and see what happens. So we split up. I freaking do a lap around the Bernabeu, which is a pain in the ass.
Emphasis on the fact that we had to split up. Like we actually literally went 2 different ways around the stadium. And you're not directly outside the stadium. Like, we were outside the fencing, which was outside the stadium. So we're doing big loops around the stadium, literally trying to find how to get into the stadium.
But then we get, I go to gate 25, but I can't get into gate 25 because they're not letting people in the stadium yet. And then I have a problem because I have a bag with my equipment in. I'm like, it's a clear bag policy in the Bernabeu. So I'm like, how am I supposed to get through security to get to gate 25? I still have a backpack, and it's not, and has my media equipment in. And so I'm in this like catch 22, and they were still not letting people in the stadium, and it's near like 12:30. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. So I said to Nesh, I'll go back to the original spot. Went back to the ladies I met at 10:30. I said to them, I went to gate 25. Nothing's going on here. They're like, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. I was like,
did they speak English or Spanish?
No, they speak English, but what I understand, I don't know if it's just because it's a Sunday in Spain or it's just a Spanish thing, but I've said to Njoku, and it happened multiple times, Spanish don't seem to care or want to help if it doesn't affect them. So it's like, it's not their problem.
It was
Sort of-
it was just
it's
like
like-
it was just
yeah.
like go that way, and
Yeah,
then
it's
you
just
go
like,
over there, and they'd say, oh, I don't know, go that
Yeah,
way. And,
it's a
they
very-
just
it's a very,
offload
like-
the issue.
Yeah, it's very like, hey, ain't my problem. I don't care. You know, this ain't to do with me.
Yeah.
It's not like,
Well,
oh,
is it there-
let's try figure it out and help you guys get there kind of vibes. It's like, not our problem. And it's like, they just leave you off to figure on your own. And luckily, while I went back to that booth, and they were once again pretty much saying, we don't know. Another Spanish journalist came in and he had the same problem I did. He made a phone call and then he got told where to actually go collect the media credentials. So they said, follow him. He knows where he's going. I'm like, all right, thanks. I followed this guy, really nice dude. And then he took me around the block and there's just this random like stand, which were outside of like outside Santander Bank. You're handing out the media passes and boom, collect them there. No, but it's just like,
It
no
was a mess. It was a mess.
no sort of cohesions or like kind of networking between both parties to tell people where to go in case you don't know where the badges are. So it was a mess. But anyway, it wasn't just us. Everyone else seemed to be have the same problem as ourselves. So yeah, we got to the stadium like 2.5 hours later than we kind of probably wanted to. But
And meanwhile, on my walk around, I'd gone around to 2 different entrances now, and they kept sending me to the next one. So I finally got to one that I was told media people were getting in, and who's standing there? Ndamukong Suh, former like second overall pick in the draft, defensive tackle. Obviously, he's a big guy. He is also having media issues. He's there so he's there on the phone. I believe he's doing work with Sky Sports now, and he's there with 2 of his colleagues. So I approached his 2 colleagues because he was on the phone, and I was like, hey, you guys are having media issues because I recognize the guy behind you. What's going on? And they're like, yeah, we're getting people from the inside now coming out to us. And I was like, cool. I don't have anyone on the inside to come out to me. So like, what can we do? And in the meantime, then Aaron found this random table and said, hey, I'm at this, literally, it was a table on the footpath. This was not a room.
Yeah.
It was not in the stadium. It was a table with 2 people sitting behind the table, and the table was on the street. And she had cardboard boxes with all their credentials. I met another guy who was British, similar issues. I was like, hey man, you're having the issues. We had to walk the whole way back around the stadium because he couldn't get in as well. There were Sky Sports people who couldn't get in. Me and Aaron couldn't get in. Just everybody and then once we got inside, we met other media people and everybody was going through the same issue.
But
So
it
You
wasn't
were
even
there between everybody's siesta or something, were you?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
It wasn't even that. It was like, even when we got to the stadium, like stadium's really big and it's kind of complex inside. And like you're asking people, which way do I go to get here? And they're like, I don't know. It's like these people working and they're like, we don't know. Try here. It's like, really? It's like, maybe.
It sounds like the stewards in the media section of the Dublin game, me and they were like, where do we sit?
Croke
And
Park,
they were
we were like, where's
way.
our seats? And they were like, oh, it's W. And we were like, but there is no fluffing W.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then-
it
then-
took us. Go
Sorry,
ahead, sorry.
No,
I was
no,
gonna say,
go on.
it took us about 20 minutes to find our seats, and eventually it was a case of me and Neil just running up and down the stairs. It was like, found them. And the guy was like, oh yeah, they're there. And you're like, cheers, mate, thanks.
Yeah,
He literally gave us a thumbs up. You get them
but-
then,
yeah.
aye.
Yeah.
No fucking hell, thanks to you.
But just to kind of summarize, like the kind of unorganization of the whole kind of event itself, like halftime, obviously, like we're in the press area, so everyone gets like food. So there's like a buffet, really nice food. But then very quickly they ran out of knife and forks for everybody. So then you have a whole queue of all like the defensive coordinators, the offensive coordinators, because their boxes were in the same area we were. So you have a whole queue then with
big
food.
American media hosts as well, in
All-
suits, like
everyone just standing around there with food in their hand and no knives and forks. And then like people are asking, like the people are, is anyone gone to get knife and forks? And what's the response? I don't know.
I don't.
I don't
So
know.
what we ended up
Not
doing,
bad,
what a load of people ended up
Huh.
doing was, the small little wooden coffee stirrers that you get in
Yeah.
a cafe. So loads of people ended up. I think one of the some girl
Chopsticks?
kicked it off. Yeah. So we each got 2. Like these are like this long, like they're pretty short, and like little timber slim things. We got 2 of these each, and we're just like chopsticking, shoveling rice and chicken at halftime into our mouths, and that was like, good food all the same, but we had to improvise a little bit.
So
Yeah.
a few teething problems to say the least. Then a few things
A
to
little bit,
learn
yeah.
from.
Like
next season.
you got yourself $1 billion state-of-the-art stadium, but you can't get they obviously spent all the budget on like the retainable grass underneath the pitch to grow your own artificial turf, but obviously they forgot the budget for like simple plastic knife and forks for the media,
Or training their
Went
staff.
somewhere. Oh man, it was a madness. But besides that, though, it was a great event. The stadium was absolutely amazing. Yeah, the seating for it was beautiful as well. The facilities as well were great. Like the press box is amazing too. And then game itself, like we'll talk about the game itself in a while, but I thought it was a fun game to watch anyway.
Yeah,
It was. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say about the indoor fireworks. Like,
yeah, that was badass. That was pretty.
Yeah,
that was
I
pretty
like
cool.
them. I like them.
Cool.
I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the stadium was full. I read some reports that there were actually more fans at that game than there were at El Clasicos in recent years. 78,600. It was higher than recent Madrid derbies with Atletico and Real, and higher than recent El Clasicos. So I mean, pretty big number of people showed out.
Yeah.
Nice.
It
was mostly traveling fans. I think there was a guy that came around and says, "I don't think they'll ever have another NFL game in Madrid ever again." Like, because it was. Like,
I seen that TikTok, but I didn't kind of get it. I thought there was a lot of Spanish at it.
Yeah, I actually I think I know the same one you're talking about. Like, disagreed with them straight away. We met way more Spanish people, and if you were walking around the stadium, if you were at like a London game, you'd hear a lot of different accents and countries represented. Honestly, in the Bernabeu, like it was a lot of Spanish.
I would have said there's a lot of Spanish at it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there was.
Mm-hmm.
There's a talk. I think I read it somewhere recently. There's going to be 12 international games next season. Has that been verified?
Somebody says there's going to be.
I know. The Rams are playing in Australia. That's confirmed. They're playing in Melbourne. And there'll be another one in Rio. So that's definitely two of those.
Somebody was talking about there was going to be 5 in London.
Yeah, and we might get 2 in Dublin. Who knows?
2 in Dublin.
I mean,
a bit of a hot take. Like, speaking of kind of poorly prepped stadiums, I didn't think Croke Park was the ideal NFL spot either.
No, I didn't like it.
I didn't think, like, I just, when you're comparing it to Spurs Stadium and now Madrid, like, I just felt like Croker kind of falls down a little bit for just hosting major events.
Like Madrid, you had this big like jumbotron, similar vibes to the stadium in like LA, the Chargers of Rams play to. It's like this big, massive widescreen TV that stretches the whole way at the stadium. Then you have multiple TVs at every angle. Where Croke Park, you got a little crappy projector TV in the corner of Hill 16, and if you're in a certain part of the stadium, you can't even see it. So it's and then as well,
I messaged you and I says you're on the TV, Aaron.
Can't even see it. I couldn't even see the TV from around, man. So I don't know. I can't watch the replays. I don't know. Like, I can't see what's going on. I don't know what down we're on half the time. Like, it's just like it's a bad experience. We're there, and just, as I said, Tottenham as well. Just so much more efficient. So yeah, I don't know. But then if you don't have it in Croke Park, and obviously because you're Croke Park, you want to maximize as much money as possible by having the most capacity possible. There's not really else you can have it because the Aviva doesn't fit in nearly half the amount as Croke Park does. So it's a bit of a catch-22 for that essence.
But I think Ireland is an obvious choice anyway. Just the connection between America and Ireland. Americans love the country. They'll fill Dublin for the weekend and the week, and they all like enjoy the game itself. So I think if you're in NFL looking for business opportunities, I think Dublin is an obvious choice just because of the natural connection anyway.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have one in Milan or something as well. Like,
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Like the San Zero. That would be awesome.
Zero, that'd be fun.
God damn. That'd be awesome.
What about Windsor Park then?
This whole 18,000.
I know it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
We could maybe get a college game or something in there, done in there. Maybe not a very good college game, but
it would need to be quite a low standard, wouldn't it? To be fair, but we could take it happen.
The Talkin Balls Classic.
We can only dream.
That's it. It's in the next couple of years anyway, so it is. Well, let's talk about the game. We might as well get into it while you were there. Like, I mean, what did you think of it? It didn't seem the best game from an outsider's perspective. Like,
I don't think if you look at the scoreboard and you see it's 16-13, you'd be like, that's pretty crappy low scoring game. But Njoku even say it was very end to end. Like, both teams were moving the ball very well, and like I think every time they had the ball, they're nearly in the red zone, working it one way to another. It's just they just couldn't finish it off in the red zone, so it just ended up being a lot of field goals for a while anyway for the first half. But I found it a pretty good game to watch. As I said, they moved the ball well. It wasn't a case of 3-0 punt, 3-0 punt, 3-0 punt. Like, each team had a pretty decent series when they're moving the ball, and it stayed a tight game throughout. So it stayed interesting, and it went to overtime. There were some questionable playmaking decisions by both teams in the fourth quarter, which really kind of made it interesting too. So I thought I enjoyed it personally. I thought it was a fun game to watch. I liked it.
I think as a neutral, you may have just enjoyed the spectacle was enjoyable. I think if you're really into the nitty gritty of football, it was two kind of bad teams just playing bad football. Like they were both defenses were weak. The teams were marching down the field. They get into the red zone and just no execution whatsoever. Neither quarterback could really put it in the end zone. They ended up kicking a lot of points, obviously. And I don't think we saw the first punt until maybe the third quarter.
Yeah.
But the actual standard of football, and I think actually, unfortunately, that was consistent across a lot of international games. Like you look at the Jets Broncos, for example. There was a poor display of football on the international calendar for whatever reason. I don't know, but Marcus Mariota and Tunga Vailoa just absolutely collapsed in the red zone. And, as Aaron said, in the fourth quarter, terrible decisions, not kicking a field goal, going for a fourth and goal, failing, going for a fourth and goal, failing, not kicking a field goal, then kicking a field goal in the last second, missing it to go to overtime. You're just there's just a string of errors there, and neither team, it looked like both teams wanted to lose actually. And, it's two kind of poor teams playing poor football. That's kind of what it was.
Well, to be fair, we didn't really expect the Commanders to be in the position they're in right now. We expected a decent Commanders team. But they fell apart due to injuries, which can happen any team. Thankfully, it hasn't happened my team, but we'll not talk about this weekend.
Well, we'll be talking about it. Don't you worry about that, mate. We'll be talking about that very, very soon.
Well, let's talk about your team.
No, well, they made us wait for the first touchdown, so they did in that game. Then when was it? Is it at the end of the second half?
I think a third quarter it came in.
Early third quarter, yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Not one person hit the suey as a celebration when they scored. How can you miss an opportunity to get the stadium amped by going to the one place, the Bernabeu, christened by Cristiano Ronaldo for the Suey celebration, a celebration known worldwide by everyone, and you do not do it when you score a touchdown? I could not believe it, but someone did do it. I think Jones did it, and when he did the interception in overtime, after he completed the interception, he hit the Suey, and it wasn't as impactful because it wasn't a touchdown, but the whole stadium still went see. So I got a good reaction to it, but I just felt I just don't know how you come to Spain and you burn a bow. Everyone knows Cristiano Ronaldo, and you score a touchdown, and the first thing you do is not hit the Suey. That was the biggest disappointment for me.
Were you a little bit disappointed you didn't get to hit your suit with a pitch access?
I'm fuming. Yeah, so none of the media got pitch access for this game, and that was disappointing. I really wanted to hit the suey on the
Aaron had a bag full of tricks. He had a yellow flag, like a penalty flag in his bag.
Oh,
as well.
He
had the whole party ready, man.
I'm raging for you, mate. That is the first game that we haven't been allowed on the pitch. There was one game where we didn't go on the pitch, but we had pitch access, but it was our first ever time there, and we didn't know we were allowed.
Yeah, we didn't know.
No media. No media had pitch access for this game. No one had it.
No wristbands. No wristbands.
So any other stories from not during the game or during the game, after the game, before the game? Anything fancy happen?
Not really. I just went to the press conferences. That was it, really. That was a good experience personally. I never been to a press conference, so I thought that was really enjoyable. But then,
McDaniels was sitting down as well, and
he came in. He sat down for the end of your man's interview, and then popped his hand up for a question. But that was it. He just sat down for the end of his one and just said, any kind of anything you want to say about your fantastic coach or something like that. He said
he was I know that's kind of his personality, but he was very chilled out. I know they won two in the bounce, and they did beat the Bills in a big game, but I don't know. I see him as a coach who's kind of in the hot seat. He was extremely laid back, but maybe that's just his demeanor anyway. They've got a losing record. What are they now? 4-7. They're probably not going to make the playoffs, and he was just joking around.
Have they won 3 in a row now?
2.
Yeah, I think so.
They lost to the Ravens, then beat the Bills, and it beat the Commanders.
So it's 3 and 4. So he's doing all right.
3 and 4, yeah. And they've got after their bye week, they've got a bye week, and then they've got the Saints and the Jets. And full respect to the Jets, but that's 2 winnable games right there. So they could go on a bit of a run. I just still don't back Tua as a franchise quarterback, though.
I don't think Tua backs himself at this point, to be honest.
Tua talks some mad fucking shit, doesn't he? Like, you ever seen his interviews?
Yeah.
They asked him where should they have another NFL game in Europe, and he said Hawaii. And they went no in Europe, and they went Jerusalem.
Now, the reason I think I don't think that was the concussion talking. I think the reason I think this went over a lot of people's heads at the interview. So I kind of copped onto it when he said it. So when he came on the interview, he came on and said, first of all, I'd like to thank God and Jesus for this opportunity. Like he kind of gave a little bit of a speech that is being grateful to God. So he was obviously very kind of Christian orientated. So I imagine obviously with Jesus and Jerusalem and obviously like that, I think he kind of meant it on that aspect. I'd like to go play the place of the birth of Jesus. I think he meant it from that. I don't think he just randomly.
I agree.
I don't think he just randomly said Jerusalem for the shits and giggles. I think he meant it because he's obviously in a very spiritual place right now. I don't know if he's always been spiritual like that. It's the first time I've seen it because the first conference I've ever seen him talking. But he seems to be a pretty spiritual guy. So I think it was just from a spiritual aspect. He just said, I'd like to go to Jerusalem, as in the place of where Jesus was born. I don't think he just said, oh, Jerusalem. Like that was my take from it.
Anyway. I think the context of the wider discussion there is important. Yeah. It was definitely religious. It was definitely with a religious kind of intent.
I think it was Antonio Brown spiritual.
CTE spiritual.
We don't know, yeah.
But anyway, let's talk about it. We've talked about Madrid long enough. You know, yes, you got there. We were all jealous. When the more you text me, the less jealous I was getting. Let's talk about Thursday Night Football, where
Patriots
Jets got beat again by the fucking very, very impressive fucking Patriots, which I hate to say.
Drake May is the real deal. It's kind of crazy to say that, but he's a proper franchise quarterback.
And they've got a running back from nowhere. Well, not nowhere. Everyone knew Trayvon Henderson was great, but wasn't given his chance. Now he's got 6 touchdowns in 3 games or something. So
I still think that I think somebody says as well that Ramondre Stevenson is still going to be RB1 whenever he comes back properly. Like,
I don't see it. How?
Yeah,
with the production that Henderson's having,
apparently that's what they're saying.
He's also providing a lot in the pass game as well, which I think every head coach wants.
Justin Fields got dropped after this game.
Tyrod Taylor
again. It's not a second or third time since drop now. No.
Well, you see, he did get dropped, and then Tyrod Taylor got injured whenever he was supposed to start. So then Fields got back in by default and played very, very well in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And
I still think Justin Fields is a good NFL quarterback. I just think the Jets quarterbacks die in New York Jets franchise. I'll stand on that hill. He played in Pittsburgh last year and he was pretty good, and he's been kind of okay in New York, or I should say New Jersey. But Justin Fields is not the problem. The Jets franchise is the problem.
Justin Fields is the problem. I was a big Justin Fields advocate, was I not, Rob? At the start, I was mad at the Justin Fields. He's going to be this. He's going to be it.
That goes to the Jets. You're a big advocate.
No, not every QB. No, Zach Wilson. I never was happy about Zach Wilson now.
But no, I've been saying, I don't know how many years I've been doing this for now, Bernard. But every year I say the Jets are the place the QBs go to die.
It's obvious. Yeah. It's like Cleveland. There's just certain franchises in the NFL where players just cannot, offensive players cannot live up to their expectations.
Yeah. And it's a shame because the Jets actually have the bare boat. Well, they've got a good offense, especially. They've got a great running back. They've got a great receiver core. They've got a good O-line, but just don't have a good. Well, they had a good QB last year, but even Aaron Rodgers couldn't do anything. So.
Aaron Rodgers is on the back foot of his career. Come on now, you know what I mean? We all seen that. And then he had an Achilles injury. You know what I mean? He might have been good that first season, and then the Achilles injury. He's just done. He was a great quarterback, but now he's not. And
unfortunately for the Jets, life isn't going to get much better because the Patriots are the new boys in town. Josh Allen, he scored 6 touchdowns in one NFL game. It's just ridiculous. The Bills are still going to be good. They're going to be good for presumably the rest of Josh Allen's career. The Dolphins, they come and go. The Jets will just continue to be the 4th team in that division.
Well, the other good thing the Jets have is they have a lot of draft stock at this moment in time. So they have a lot of cards in their deck. It's just how they use those cards is the next question, I guess.
Poorly, I presume.
Yeah, most likely.
Going to Bengals for Joe Burrow.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. We did talk about that last week, and yeah, but I don't know.
I can see it. Do you know what I mean?
Do you?
Get that man behind a good line.
Heads in the clouds.
And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'd probably not be able to afford him anyway, because I think we're in for 26 or 36 million from Aaron Rodgers in 2026. And then I think if we drop Fields, we're down 20 million as well with him. So it's like 56 million.
On players not playing for your team.
Yeah.
It's the same with talking about the Dolphins. I think 2 is like a 59 million hit or something for the Dolphins as well if they end up with him. So 2 franchises that are in trouble.
Yep.
For the next couple of seasons.
It's not cheap. But we'll move on from that because nobody else wants to talk about this anymore. You know? Giants against the Packers.
Yeah,
Packers
kind of
27-20 against the Giants.
Closer game to kind of expect. Green Bay kind of not looking as prolific as they did maybe in their opening 2 or 3 games. Kind of slacking, barely winning this game. Like obviously by a touchdown, but it was some touchdown, some throw by Love into a man in double coverage and still catched it. Jamie Winston had an all right game. But yeah, I don't know.
He didn't really come alive until the second half though, sure he didn't?
Nah. I thought he had kind of first half. He was all right.
I was checking my fantasy, you see, and he was he was on 4 points until the half, and then he got up to 19, so he was all right.
220 yards, 1 interception, like no touchdowns.
Yep. He got I thought he had a pass touchdown. Did he not? No. Where did them points come from then? Because I was taking the piss out of you, and then next thing you know, he had like 14 points. I was like, where'd they come from?
Devin Singletary.
Yeah,
that's fair enough. But no, the Packers lost big loss for them is Josh Jacobs. Not sure how long he's out for, but he's injured his knee, so that's going to be a big one for them moving forward.
Yeah,
I think Jordan Love's got injured as well. Did he not?
He did, but I think he came back on.
He was
had I think he had a head injury assessment, was it maybe for concussion, and then he came back on because he was fine.
No, the Packers aren't looking as good as what they should. They had a lot of hype at the start of the season, and they just seem to be freaking fizzling off here. Like,
well, you beat the Lions first game of the season. No one expected it. They wrote off a lot of hype from that, but as you said, they definitely haven't panned out to be as good as we all thought they were going to be.
No,
I think the Giants are prepping for next year as well. Like Dart entering year 2, they're expecting obviously Neighbors to return, Scadaboo back from injury, and then they're probably going to have a top 3, top 5 draft pick, get another offensive weapon in there. I think the Giants have just parked this season. They like what they have in Dart. They probably like Scadaboo. You know, I mean, he's good. He offers something a little bit different. Obviously, very aggressive, physical runner. But Neighbors is a top quality receiver. But we'll see how he is to come back from injury. So I think the Giants are just kind of parking this season, and I think they'll be kind of fresh next year with a second year quarterback who maybe can repeat what Drake May has done this year.
Yeah. Did any of you watch Raw this week? Sorry.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've seen it.
Yeah, Cam Scadaboo scrapping with the Judgment Day. Unreal.
Who do you think is going to be the Giants' new coach?
Bill Belichick.
He's already turned it down.
It will be some sort of coordinator for a team at the moment who is going to get an opportunity as a head coaching job for the first time. Just I predict that maybe it might be the Vikings defensive coordinator.
Brian Flores.
Yeah, I said that last week. Maybe could possibly see it. But you never know.
I don't know if defensive coordinators really strive in a head coaching role. I just think the league these days is extremely offense heavy, specifically like quarterback heavy. And I think like if you look across the best teams in the NFL, with the exception of the Lions, maybe Dan Campbell having more of a defensive mind, like most of the teams who do well, like Andy Reid and Shanahan in San Francisco, like they have more of an offensive inclination, and as a result, their teams generally do way better. So yeah. I think defensive coordinators going into head coaching roles, wasn't Brian Flores in Miami already, and that kind of failed. So
yeah, but there was a lot of controversy there, though.
Yeah, there was.
Like they had to lose games and things like that there.
Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, so there's a lot of controversy on that. Like, so I think that's why. And then there was a load of racism and all going on as well, wasn't there?
And even Kevin O'Connell, Vikings head coach, he is a former quarterback. So I just think, most teams just seem to be going in that direction.
Yeah. What?
Titans against the Texans. That was another terrible game as well. Like,
No,
Texans is just what happened to the Texans? What happened to CJ Stroud? Like,
he's getting concussed.
Yeah.
But like,
He's on a 2 speed rush, speed running.
There's a big thing
because he went from rookie of the year to fluffing nothing.
Yeah,
and he didn't really throw a pick in his entire rookie year either. He was
good.
His first year.
He was good.
There's a thing on at the minute. They're saying it's embarrassing because CJ Stroud couldn't hit Nico Collins for the first 8 games of the season, and now he's been targeted something like 18 times in the last 2 games. And they're like,
Davis Mills.
Yeah, by Davis Mills. Like, how can the sub hit the QB or hit the best receiver, but not the starter? So, but yeah, no, as you say, CJ Stroud has not been great this year at all. The Texans have been crap.
Like,
shit.
It was 3-0 till the third quarter. Like,
yeah. What
it was
about
a
Cam
horrible
Ward?
game.
He's probably the least talked about first.
You can't say anything about him. He's been through into that, and he's doing all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not doing bad, but he has been through into a shit show, and he's still not looking shit. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I think Calvin Ridley's out, isn't he, for a bit?
Aye, yeah.
So going to be able to struggle there. I think they're on for another number 1 draft pick this year. But it looks
God damn. So we'll move on to the Panthers against the Falcons. Now this was, I think last week I says that Bryce Young was a pile of shit.
Yeah, he must have heard you. Holy
and
crap!
He threw for 450 yards, 3 touchdowns.
That's insane. Yeah, he balled out that game. Panthers on a kind of a bit of a mental.
What's going on?
Kind of dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they have a better record than the Chiefs.
And speaking of Stroud, it was Young and Stroud always being compared, and everybody said, "Oh, Stroud, way better pick. Young is literally not an NFL quarterback." And since they've been drafted, it was Stroud initially, as you said, but now it's completely flipped, and now Young looks like the way better NFL quarterback.
Yeah. Last week we were saying he's just too small. He just looks like a child. He just doesn't command any authority. You know what I mean? He just. And then he goes and does that, and you're like, what are you? What are you? Are you good?
Everyone has that game though, don't they? You know, a broken clock's right twice a day, as they say. Everyone can do that. So, But then the Falcons as well are a bit in a QB hell at the minute, shall we say? Because Penix is now out. That's him season-ending injury.
That's his 5th season-ending injury
in 8 seasons
in his career. Yeah.
Yeah, in 8 seasons, including college. So. How much longer is he going to last?
4 of the time, it was the ACL.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Not great, but he's been terrible anyway, let's be honest. There's no real number 1 QBs. I know Kirk Cousins obviously was a fantastic QB for a long time, but he's definitely at the end of his season as well, or his career as well.
So Big Kurt. Yeah. We're going to see Big Kurt now, hey?
But I was happy to see.
Generation of run ever.
Yes.
500-yard passing game again.
There we go.
500-yard passing games every game.
Yeah, it's coming, boys. Big Kurt. Kurt James.
And I was glad to see Bijan Robinson put up some points for me in fantasy this week. It's about bloody time.
He has been very mediocre these past couple of weeks, to be fair.
Yeah,
Drake London's been balling out though.
He's a really, really good receiver. Really good receiver.
100%. The next game, Arn will love to talk about this, so tell us all about this, Arn. I would say you've watched this here, and
I did. So second I left the stadium, I whipped it up on my phone. I was watching on a taxi on the way to the airport, watched it on the airport, and I was watching it on the flight before it took off. And unfortunately, got to see the winning field goal kicked by the Bears right before the plane took off, and I nearly fucked my phone straight at the pilot's head after happened. But it's the exact same as last week, and it's the exact same as happened in multiple games this season. It was the Vikings beat the Vikings. It wasn't anything where the Vikings were outplayed, where the Vikings just lost by the better team. It was the case of the Vikings just shooting themselves in the foot and just losing the game on their own merit. JJ McCarthy, 2 interceptions, just from not turning over the ball well, missing wide open passes, some funky play calling as well. And it's once again a game where they don't come alive till the fourth quarter. We scored 3 points in the first 3 quarters, and we scored 14 in the fourth. We kept the Chicago Bears at bay, only allowed them to score 19. Well, it was only 16 points anyway until they scored that winning field goal. Like, Caleb pretty much had the exact same stats as JJ, apart from the fact JJ threw 2 interceptions and 1 TD. Like, Caleb had 16 passes out of 32 attempts with 193 yards, and McCarthy had 16 for 32 and 150 yards, just with a TD and 2 interceptions. So it was like Caleb didn't even play well either. Like, we kept the Bears at bay. It was just the Vikings just, once again, just like to throw games away. Same way we did against the Ravens. Same way we did against Atlanta at home, and just multiple other times. It's just a case of.
Have you changed your stance on JJ yet?
I don't know, because he's a young guy, 22. It's theoretically his rookie season. Caleb didn't have a great rookie season his first year. You do have other ones that hit. Like, Drake May had an all right one. Then you obviously had like Daniels had a strong one as well, first season on, and who else was there as well? You had Bo Nix as well, had a strong first season. So look, I don't want to say jury's out for him. He's still young. There's still stuff he needs to get better at. He is just throwing the ball 1,000 miles an hour as receivers, and he's just blasting it over their heads half the time, and we're hitting it too far behind them or too far over them. So he just needs to kind of relax and calm down. But I don't want to say he's a bust or anything. Yeah, I think he's got good potential. I think it would be cruel to say he's washed so early in his career. Yeah. So yeah, I hold my reserve. I hold my judgment for him anyway until like end of the season. I'll see how we do, and we can look at it. But I think he's got potential.
And like every week, there's no way Vikings fans can still say they'd rather JJ over Sam Darnold. Like I know Daniel Jones was also there briefly, but I'm just going to discount him because what he's doing with the Colts is a bit unique. But like, Sam Darnold is clearly a really good franchise quarterback, and there's just like, I've heard a lot of the Vikings saying like, oh, like JJ, and then he came back from injury. He kind of had like this quote unquote breakout game, and he's just lacking something. And look at the obvious situation in Minnesota, the best receiver of the last 10 years. Jefferson is struggling massively. He's not reaching the kind of levels that we're used to seeing. And that is because he's not getting thrown the football by a good enough quarterback.
He was not happy that game.
No,
he's not been happy the last couple of games.
I've been reading reports now, as ridiculous as it sounds. I've been reading reports, just comments online and stuff, of Vikings fans saying we should actually consider getting rid of Jefferson, which like is just crazy to me. But that like he's now stirring the pot is being stirred a little bit now because he's clearly unsettled, and now they're like, oh, let's just get rid of him, which is, I mean, it's crazy. But that comes from the quarterback play, you know.
Yeah, like kind of going back there, if you keep Sam Darnold, you got to franchise tag him, because if you don't, someone else will. So you got to give him like a $50 million contract. You do that, you can't bring in Jordan Mason. You can't bring in all the O-line buffs we need. You can't bring in improvements to the D like Isaiah Rodgers and all that. You can't bring in all these players which are needed for the squad. And then you just kind of have the same problems you do last year of where the O-line was a massive letdown. And like Sam got sacked like 9 times against the Rams, like 9 times against the Lions. So any team that just ends up blitzing us, he just gets sacked. But by God, he can throw a ball. In my opinion, he's one of the best deep throwers in the league, and he's probably one of the most accurate passes in the league. Like, we'll talk about that anyway once he kind of on the Seahawks.
Are we talking about JJ or Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, bit.
Oh, I thought you were going crazy there.
Yeah, but it is that thing where like if you keep him, you got to franchise tag him after the season he had going 14-3. Like it's there's no doubt about it. If you can keep him on a cheap contract, then by all means, yes. But it's just, you just don't have the funds there to keep him. Really, it was the right decision. And like, you know, if it's just unfortunate, well, for the Vikings that he's having a great season for the Seahawks, you know. But you know, if it went the other way, you know, if we kept him when he went bust, then you know, you just don't know what could happen. But I think it was the right choice at the time.
Can we all just appreciate that the Bears are now leading the NFC North?
It's a madness, mate.
They're a good
Seven,
team.
three.
Bears.
Caleb
Yeah.
Williams is a really
Nice.
good quarterback.
Yeah.
He's a really good quarterback.
I mean, goddamn. Who
have to
would have
say,
seen that at the start of the season?
I thought Caleb Williams was always going to be a bust, but he has proved me wrong this season. Thought he was a wee immature kid, so to speak. With what he was saying about, obviously, when his first pick, he was saying things like, "Oh, the Bears picked me, I'm not playing for them."
I think
say
like,
But he
just
never.
play the
I think
game,
that was maybe just people bullshitting.
he gets
Wow.
a lot of hate online because like he paints his fingernails. Like it's really like forced hate. He is a really, really good quarterback. And like I see all these kind of like memes and jokes about him and the way he walks and he drinks like matcha, like green matcha or whatever, and paints his fingernails. And it's like, oh, this guy is totally not a franchise quarterback. Like, look what he's doing. He's just turned the Bears around, literally. But like, because they don't have an elite roster, but he's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. From one of the guys on here's teams to the other guys' teams in the Chargers. What the flipping hell's happened with them?
Like to echo a point Aaron made, like it's just the story. It's just the story of the last few years now, which is incredibly inconsistent. Unfortunately, the Jaguars, who are definitely like inconsistent as well, they just seem to be a bit of a bogey team. I don't know what it is. They had that historically bad upset in the playoffs, that kind of like generational turnaround that Chargers fans certainly won't forget about, that big comeback. But we got absolutely blown out by the Jags. I'm surprised. I think we're a much better roster. I don't think Trevor Lawrence, he's a good quarterback. I just don't think he's in a good system. Herbert is playing well, but like I'm just surprised. I mean, we only put up 6 points. It's pretty surprising. Like Keenan Allen's been on great form. Herbert's been throwing the ball really well this season. I don't know.
Herbert
I don't know.
81 yards. Was he injured?
I don't believe so.
Damn. 81 yards.
Yeah.
Just
It was just
and
unusual.
one interception.
Yeah. It was hard to understand, really.
Weird, there wasn't even that many rush attempts. The Chargers mustn't have had the ball all that much, based off the amount of base they had.
They're a run-based team.
No, but even runs-wise, they only maybe had 15 carries, maybe. So that's pretty low numbers. I would love to know how much time each team had the ball.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't see the game live, obviously. So I don't know how it kind of played out, but looking at like broadly how our season has gone, like getting hammered by the Jags is definitely a bit of a surprise. Like,
but it's a reality check.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, and obviously the Broncos won again, so like that just kind of like furthers the gap at the top of the division. The Chiefs look a little bit washed, actually. So there's a chance there for the Chiefs to be like actually replaced as the division leaders. And one of you guys called it when we did the show in Dublin at the college game day. One of you guys called it the Broncos are going to have an upset season. I completely dismissed it, but here we are. Yeah, because I remember saying there's not a chance the Broncos are the new kings in the AFC West. But like,
with the defense the Broncos have, they're not going to be conceding too many points against teams like. So all they need to do is score more. Hasn't been great. Well, their offense hasn't been great, but their defense has been shut down. So. Yeah.
Right, we'll move quickly through a couple of more of these here, but we have to talk about the next one, which is the Bills Buccaneers. God
what a game!
Josh Allen. Josh Allen is just the Bills. There's like James Cook, but everybody else is just so mediocre compared to him. Like he just wins games for them. Like carries the whole team on his shoulders.
I'd love to see a game where Josh Allen doesn't play and just see how well the Bills play or how bad they don't.
They'd lose. They'd just lose.
Yeah,
get Mitch Trubisky in.
He got drafted in 2018. He is the franchise leader in rushing touchdowns. He's a monster. And he's a quarterback who's only been there for like 7 or 8 years. He actually leads the franchise in rushing. I think he has 75, maybe over 70, close to 80 rushing touchdowns.
And I think he's broke Cam Newton's record now as well of the most rushing touchdowns from a QB. So. He's just a different animal, isn't he?
And actually, the game he had at the weekend, that's his second time doing that. 3 passing, 3 rushing touchdowns. He had one of those games last, like scoring 6 in one game is ludicrous. It's ludicrous.
Well, then they had the game last season where he had the passing, rushing, and receiving touchdown all in the same game as well in the snow.
Yeah. But they had to do something after losing to the Dolphins. I mean, I think it was just one of those revenge things, but they took it out in the Buccaneers instead of the Dolphins. You know what I mean? So it was just basically like, I'm sorry, Bucks. You just came at the wrong time, sort of thing. We had to do this.
Buccaneers are good too.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield seems to have taken his foot off the gas a bit. Obviously, they're struggling with the receiving core as well, but he's not putting anywhere near the numbers up that he was earlier in the season. So clearly, the injuries are taking their toll down there. And
Steelers against the Bengals, the 2 guys.
The young ball.
1-1. Yep.
Love it. 1-on-1. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see it. Once we say maybe in the playoffs, but Bengals ain't going playoffs. I think it's fair to say, unfortunately. Yeah, would have been nice to see like the trilogy of the young ball, but maybe another time.
I reckon one of them's going to retire before that happens. We'll not get to see that.
I feel like Joe Flacco's being like forced to play or something. You're gonna just tell he wants to go to bed every night. It's like he's been told.
It's because he has like 40 kids, doesn't he?
Does he? That makes sense then.
I'm not sure he has like 10 kids.
Poor man's paying for that child support money. Yeah.
He said one time in an interview that I never understood a guy going to a restaurant and just eating by himself, but now I get it.
Oh yeah.
As a father of 10, I get it. I get that guy.
Poor Joe. Or Sleepy Joe.
The Jamar Chase spitting incident is kind of disgusting.
Yeah, that's a funny one.
He's got suspended for a game, and it's going to cost him $500,000.
But he came out after and said he didn't do it. I mean, the video evidence
he's
was
still
clear.
Saying he's appealing it. He's appealing it as well. He's saying he didn't do it.
It was clear.
The video was obvious, no?
Yeah. Very obvious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just an ad until
it's disgusting, man. I used to like him, but I don't know. My respect for him has dropped a bit out. Like that, like it's all good being competitive, but like that's kind of rock bottom behavior, like on a pitch.
Yeah,
100%.
Very much.
49ers against the Cardinals. 49ers 41-22 against the Cardinals. Jacoby
Brissett, had arguably better game than Bryce. Yeah,
150 yards, 152 yards. You know what I mean?
450.
450, yes. 57 passing attempts.
Yeah,
I think that was an NFL
47
record
completions.
Yeah, crazy.
The completions is a record because it was 45, I think, previously from Drew Bledsoe. I think I read it somewhere. I don't know.
That's the guy who was before Tom Brady.
Yeah, replaced by Tom Brady. But McCaffrey doing his thing as well. He had 2 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. He's on for 1,100 yards rushing and 1,100 yards receiving this year. So that'll be an NFL record as well if that comes to.
Christian McCaffrey, 2 touchdowns. George Kittle with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and I think a big talking point out of that game is the return of Brock Purdy, who, like I would say to the relief of many 49ers fans, looks still like a franchise quarterback. 3 touchdowns, linking up like seamlessly with George Kittle again. And I think that kind of put to bed the conversation of maybe like Mac Jones, who filled in pretty well. There were rumors that like, Mac Jones actually looks, I'd say broadly, it's actually probably just the Shanahan system like allows quarterbacks to succeed, and they obviously have very talented receivers as well. But people were kind of saying like, maybe Mac Jones could actually take the QB1 role. Purdy comes in and kind of stamps his foot in that conversation and just says, no, this is my starting job.
Yeah, it does lead into sort of agreeing. The wheels been sent for seasons in that offense. The 49ers, it used to be, Kyle Shanahan's offense is easy to be QB in. Anyone seems to be able to do it. So
yeah. Like Jimmy Garoppolo did it for so long.
Yep,
true. You know what I mean? And then he went to the Raiders and was awful.
Rams against the Seahawks. Robert,
moving on swiftly.
All our teams lost this week.
Yeah, I did actually notice that when we were talking about Jones Chargers. It wasn't great. Our defense was amazing against the Rams, but obviously 4 picks. You throw 4 picks in the game, you're going to struggle to win it. I'm still happy with the result. It was a good loss, shall we say? Good loss.
Yeah, it's crazy as that sound. I actually agree. I think it's a very good loss. Like if I was a Seahawks fan and I lost that game, I'd still be coming out smiling. Beating the losing to the Rams and having a chance to even beat them at the end of the game with a missed field goal. Rams arguably could be one of the best teams in the NFL this year. We were saying last week, one of the strongest, and we did say the Seahawks would be their kind of like definition to see if they are a contender team or not, because you could say their road so far has been kind of easy and it's their first real challenge, and going away the Rams. And obviously Sam Darnold has done a great rep against the Rams, against the Vikings, or with the Vikings. He lost to them twice. Still threw 4 interceptions, and the fact that he threw 4 interceptions and we're still able to potentially win the game in the last minute, I think is a testament to the Seahawks. So Seahawks might be, as you said, a dangerous team this year. I think that was kind of solidified their position in the league this year.
I'm definitely getting a good call on the Super Bowl this week. Like,
yeah, you can see it now. Like if they can hang with the Rams, potentially beat them with a 4 picks. Like I think it's I think goes to show like Seahawks are no joke.
The Rams are Super Bowl contenders. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Probably with an MVP quarterback as well.
Yeah.
It'd probably be his last season too. I would say Stafford's just going, let's win a Super Bowl and that'll do me.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah.
He ain't got kids to feed, no?
Huh?
I said he ain't got kids to feed, no?
You're right. He doesn't need no money.
No, he's safe. He can call it a day.
You're right.
He's
probably
right,
about $500 million. Like.
Yeah.
We all weren't sure if Stafford was even going to be playing this season because he was taking the friggin' injections in the back to be able to train at one point. So, no, he's having a great season. So.
Yep. Let's go on to the strangely, and I can't believe I'm even saying this, is other Super Bowl contenders in the Broncos against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Broncos scored 5 field goals in this game.
Hey, look,
1 touchdown.
Just do what you need to do to win the game. You know what I mean? Winning doesn't matter how you do it, if it's pretty or not pretty. If you win the game, you win the game. And to beat the Chiefs as well is ain't an easy thing to do. As well, so far, I think, as I said, once again. Huh?
We've seen a lot of boring ass games this year, and the Broncos seem to be involved in most of them.
I'm reluctant. This is not division bias, but I don't think they're not a Super Bowl contender right now. The AFC oddly seems to be quite weak this year. But I just don't. I know they've got like a top record, but I'm just not buying it that they're going to make it through a full
9-2
playoff schedule. No, yeah, for sure.
9-2 they are.
For sure. But
they've won 8 in a row.
Yeah. No, as Rob said, the defense is legit. I'm just not buying them. Compare that team to the Rams, who I think are just outstanding right now. Like, I'm just, I'm not putting them in the same conversation as the Lions either, or the 49ers. But obviously, what do those teams have in common? They're all on the NFC side. Broncos on the AFC side. Sure. The Colts, nobody really knows what the Colts are going to do. They'll probably make the playoffs, but like, I mean, Indiana Jones is tough one to call. So like, the AFC side is really unpredictable this year. Nobody would have seen this coming. The Broncos and the Colts, even the Patriots, like nobody knows what Drake May can do in the playoffs either. So the AFC side, I think, is completely open for the Super Bowl.
Aye.
Listen, I made that joke. Sorry, Bernard. I made that joke, Indiana Jones, in week 3 this season, and Mark and Neil took the piss out of me for it. So, where's the piss taken here?
That's the name now, right? Like everybody's calling him that now.
So I made that joke weeks ago, and I was destroyed for it.
Wasn't funny then, Mark. It wasn't funny then. It's funny now.
It's fine. I'm not salty about it at all.
Sort of seems like you are. Ravens against the Browns. Shadur Sanders got his first start and looked absolute dog shit.
I thought it was a 4 for 16. It was terrible.
I think he had a passer rating of 12, was it?
It's the same with Justin Fields with the Jets. Like, quarterbacks just do not play well with the Browns. I think Shadur has been treated really unfairly this year, genuinely. I don't think he was given a fair shot. Dylan Gabriel has been disastrous. Like, what's actually worse, like, regardless of the players, The Browns drafted 2 quarterbacks in the same draft. They spent 2 draft picks on 2 quarterbacks, and they both look awful. A 3rd-round draft pick. Like, you know, for context, the Rams got Puka Nacua in the 5th round. Like, so you're talking about that level of value. And like, the Browns spent 2 picks on quarterbacks, and neither of them will be with the franchise in 2 years' time. It's embarrassing.
Because Deshaun Watson's still there, you know. He can still start this season.
It's embarrassing. That Browns organization, with the exception of Myles Garrett, they are an absolute embarrassment.
What another 5-sack game for Myles Garrett this week as well.
Yeah, insane.
What's he 50 sacks in the season?
He's
unbelievable.
That tush push fake to win the game as well was beautiful. Beautiful piece of play by
was
Ravens.
that the Mark Andrews, was it? Or?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
They faked the tush push and just kind of bootlegged it around the corner of it and just ran straight in. Like, yeah, it was beautiful. Really nice. Really nice.
I think the Eagles did that. Oh, yeah. Well, I did say they were going to win a generational run last week, so it's coming.
Generational run.
Yeah, well, they're going to the playoffs. I don't see anyone. I'd be shocked if they didn't. I think they'll win every game the rest of the season.
Yeah, well, they're creeping up on the Steelers, aren't they? The Ravens are 5-5, and the Steelers are 6-4, so they're creeping up there.
Yeah, they're going to finish 12-5.
Think so?
Yeah, let's go with it. I'm gonna get that on Sky Bet later and put a couple points on it.
You don't sound overly confident. You're like, yeah, let's go with it.
Yeah. I'm
not overly confident, but sure, I'll just own it.
You throw enough stick or shit at a wall, mate, it'll start sticking. It's fine.
That's it, hey. You know what I mean? Eagles against the Lions. Eagles grinding out wins too. They seem to be a boring ass team this year too. Like, it just seems like they're grinding wins. They're not trying to destroy boys that they probably could. AJ Brown is clearly not happy. He's moving off on Twitch.
Yeah, I seen the clip saying, "Yeah, don't put me in your fantasy football and stuff like that."
Take me out.
Yeah,
even like Saquon's having a bit of an off year as well. I mean, the Eagles have been a really good side for a long time now. So I think beating the Lions is a good result regardless of how you see it. The Lions are elite. They're elite. So like beat the Lions, that's just a good win. It's just a good team win, honestly.
What about that PI call though? That was awful.
Oh, very bad. Very bad.
Terrible. I don't understand where that came from. That's the softest PI call I've ever seen.
Yeah, very, very funny call that one was.
Yeah. Cowboys against the Raiders.
Yeah, no
Anybody
surprise.
surprised with this?
George Pickens looks great. He looks. I put my hand up. Like, we spoke about it in Dublin before the season. I said DK was going to have a way bigger season in Pittsburgh. I stand corrected. Pickens looks actually like more of a WR1 over CD. I know CD's had a few issues, but like, what a pickup! Honestly, what a pickup. He's incredible, and he's actually gotten a lot better this year with Dak as well.
Yeah, Dak with 4 touchdowns. He's very underrated. Everybody gives Dak a pile of shit, doesn't they? Like,
I don't rate him at all.
Do you not?
No, not really. I think he gets a lot of love because of being the quarterback of the Cowboys, but nah, he's the highest paid player in the league. He doesn't play like that. He's not even a top 5 quarterback in the league. Maybe a top 10.
I take him at the Jets.
I think he's second.
Yeah. That's a surprise.
I think he's second in passing yards this year for.
Yeah, stats wise, he's up there, but I do agree. Like, for being a highest paid quarterback, he doesn't play like one. Like, he's not going out there doing like a Josh Allen,
Exactly.
What about your man, Quinton Williams or Quinton Williams is making the
he
stop
got a sack.
Yeah, he's had a good game for them. So
not too bad. But here we're going to go in and we're going to do a quick fire predictions for next week.
I'm going to have to opt out of this at some point because seeing King of the Hill, I started off great and I went to shit this season in King of the Hill. It has been awful. I was number 1 for the season and I think I'm 17th now. So
for anybody who doesn't know, King of Hill's our sponsors, and it's what is it? It's like you pick your team every week and you can win a pound of money. It's great.
It's basically a free.
Who doesn't like money,
if you do well,
loves money.
You win money.
We love money.
Yeah. Right. We'll just go. We'll start off with the Texans Bills. Bernard, you're the guest. Let's go. We'll start off with you.
We gotta go Bills here. Texans aren't looking too hot. Josh Allen might make a late run for MVP. Maybe back-to-back MVPs there. We'll see if he can get another 5 or 6 touchdown game. But I don't see the Texans causing the Bills much trouble.
Arn.
Bills.
Rob.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bills as well. Yeah, I don't see that. The Texans defense is great, but I just don't see them stopping Josh Allen.
Chiefs against the Colts. I'm going to go Bills too as well, just in case that wasn't apparent.
Chiefs against the Colts.
Bernard.
I'm going to go Colts. I think they're just the hotter team right now.
God damn. Aaron.
I'll go Chiefs in Arrowhead. Chiefs coming off, I think maybe 2 losses in a row now. So I think they're gonna be out for blood, and I'm gonna go Chiefs for this.
I'm gonna pick the Colts just because I love Danny Dimes and Jonathan Taylor. So,
you know what? I'm gonna go the Colts too, just because I'm happy to see the Chiefs dynasty go down. I don't want to see the Chiefs anywhere near a fucking another Super Bowl for another couple of years. Titans Seahawks. Bernard.
Just gonna go Seahawks here. I think that's pretty straightforward call. Titans bottom 2, bottom 1 team in the league this year. Smith and Jigma, in my opinion, best receiver in the league, probably best offensive player in the league this season. Incredible. I think they win that easily.
Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah, Seahawks as well. Kind of same reasons. I think Seahawks are a pretty legit team now. So and Titans aren't really doing anything this year either. So yeah, Seahawks.
Yeah.
Rob, did I even need to ask you?
Nah, it goes without saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seahawks too. I can't see the Titans coming into this. This is a good game. The Packers against the Vikings. Nice wee divisional game.
I'm gonna go Packers. I don't really back the Vikings this year. I'm not a massive fan of JJ. Jefferson's a bit unsettled, and the Packers are actually in a playoff hunt. They just have more at stake, I think. So I'm just gonna back the Packers.
Aaron, do I need to ask?
Vikings playing away. They play a lot better away than they do at home this season. They beat the Lions last time on the road. I think I have a feeling it's always these games where their backs against the wall, and they always end up pulling it out. So I think Vikings will kind of come out swinging this game. So yeah, Vikings.
Yeah,
Robert.
I'm gonna go Packers. I picked the Vikings last week, put my trust in them, and they let me down. So I'm gonna go Packers.
I'm gonna have to go Packers as well. I just don't think the Vikings are going to do anything else for the rest of the season. I think that's them done. I think everybody's going to start checking out soon, and that'll just be it. People will be asking for trades and things like that there, and Vikings will be down where the Jets are. Keep coming down with me, being last in your division, loving life, mate. Just unhappy all the time every time you watch NFL on a Sunday.
Can't wait. Sounds great.
Ravens against the Jets.
I'm just gotta go Ravens here. There's no way if Lamar Jackson loses that game, just get him out of Baltimore. Honestly.
Yeah, I gotta go Ravens as well. Easy.
Yeah, Ravens as well. I just want to reiterate, easy.
I'm going to go Jets with Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor in, and I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to surprise people in this game. I don't think so. We don't need him.
Yeah, you do.
All right, man.
No, man. Don't need him against the Ravens. Ravens defense is pure dung. All right, we buns the Jets. Lions against the Giants. Bernard.
Lions. As I said, I think the Giants are building towards next year. They just don't have enough right now. Lions are one of the best teams in the NFC.
Yeah, Lions are home. We're coming off a loss as well. Not really scoring anything in that game as well. Only putting 9 points. I say the Lions come out aggressive, and yeah, I think they'll overwhelm the Giants.
Yeah. Lions as well.
Suppose you have to go Lions, don't you? But then Jackson Dark's back this week, so you never know. He's unpredictable, But Lions. Spurs against the Steelers.
I'm gonna go Steelers. I think Aaron Rodgers has something in the bank. This could be his last season, but I think he still has one more card to show from his deck. And I think I just like Rodgers. I think he finishes the season well. I think Steelers win that game.
Is Rodgers not injured?
He got injured in the last game. Yeah, I don't know if he's injured for this though, but he came off injured during the last one.
I think he didn't practice today though, but I think they were saying he might be in practice for tomorrow.
I think he'll play, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's only his left hand. It's not his throwing hand. Like.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah, I think the Bears kind of realize the division's up for grabs now. I think they're gonna be highly motivated. They got a good string of wins going right now. Playing at home. I think it's a confident team, and they kind of look dangerous. I think Ben Johnson's got them in a good spot. He's very innovative on the offense. So yeah, I think Bears take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say the Bears too. Not much more I can say. They're having a good season.
I like the Bears as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't think. I think the Steelers are just.
Although to be fair, the Steelers defense had a great game last season. So, or not last season, last week.
Well, that's it. You know what I mean? If the Bears can get away from the Steelers defense, you know what I mean? You have to go, I'm going Bears.
Yeah.
Bengals against the Patriots.
Patriots. Bengals not offering much. I think the Patriots are hot. Drake May looks good. No reason why they should lose that game, to be honest.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Especially Jamar Chase. So yeah, I think Patriots and Bengals is kind of on a bit of a low overall in general. I do think the game should have been tighter between them and the Steelers. They threw a pick 6 and they fumbled the ball as well. That led to another kind of touchback. So they did give away 14 points to the Steelers. But I think Patriots, as I said, they're looking a bit hot right now, and they probably know that the AFC is up for grabs too. So motivation behind them and momentum behind them. So yeah, it's hard to look by them.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Pats as well. I don't see the Bengals beating them.
I'm going Pats too. I don't see a reason why I should have to explain it either.
Yeah, it sort of explains itself, doesn't it?
Yeah. Raiders against the Browns.
This is what.
This is a coin flip type of one.
Yeah, a bit of a wooden spoon game here.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna go Browns. Like, don't know.
Like, who's not going to be the shittest?
Yeah. I think the Browns are just slightly better, and I'd love to see Shedeur start that game because like the Browns are bad. I actually think the Raiders are worse. Geno Smith has been one of the worst acquisitions in recent memory in the NFL, and as you said, Myles Garrett, he's going to walk the Defensive Player of the Year. Give him 3-4 more sacks, maybe a forced fumble. Like, that's ball game right there.
Yeah, as I said, it's a funny one, but I say Browns. Browns games have generally been pretty close. Raiders ones have been a bit more of a blowout. So yeah, I say Browns, but it's going to be an interesting game anyway.
It's going to come down to whose defense is better because both the offenses are shite. That's the only way to put it. Myles Garrett I know they've got Max Crosby, but Myles is far better. Well, this season especially, so I'm going to go Browns as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go Browns as well. Yeah, just the Raiders has just been dreadful on offense, like just dreadful. And
which is a shame. Because well, Geno's what in the 3 seasons he had with the Seahawks, he was top 5 in passing yards 2 seasons out of the 3, and he's just been terrible.
Yeah,
they get rid of his targets as well. You know what I mean? They get rid of Jacoby.
Even Ashton Genty hasn't really looked like top 10 draft pick. Like, he hasn't looked great either.
No, definitely not. Cardinals against the Jags.
I like both these teams. I'm just going to go with the Jags based off of what I saw last week.
He's destroying the Chargers.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I don't think the Jags. I don't think the Jags are a great team, but they're definitely better than the Cardinals.
I think Jacoby Brissett could have a similar game. I think this one could be a shootout. I'm gonna go Cardinals for this one.
I'm gonna go Jags. I think they're better.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Jags as well. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Jags.
You just caught me lagging there. I was daydreaming. I don't know why. I just started daydreaming.
Cowboys against the Eagles.
Good game.
Good game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go Cowboys. I usually wouldn't, but I I just like I actually like what's happening in Dallas right now. I don't like them as a team, but CD and George Pickens now, they're starting to move. Like Dak's looking nice. Yeah, I don't think the Eagles look as good as they have done previous years. I'm gonna go Cowboys.
Yeah, I agree. I think this game was the opener of the season. I thought Cowboys played very well against the Eagles. Eagles are in a little bit of a funk. I just feel like they're not really on form. I think Cowboys could put some good numbers against them. So yeah, I think Cowboys could do it.
I agree with both of you. I think the Cowboys are going to win this one too. Their offense is firing on all cylinders, and their defense seems to have, with the new acquisition of Williams, seems to be heading in the right direction as well. So I do think they're going to beat the Eagles this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I think it's going to be a very low scoring game, to be honest. And I think the Cowboys will just sneak it, only for the fact that the Eagles have to lose a game, another game sometime here.
Yeah,
and this looks like the one. It's like it's written in the stars for them.
Yeah.
Saints against the Falcons.
I'm gonna go Falcons now. Actually, unfortunately, they're both
game.
Yeah, like the Saints are kind of on a bit of a rise as well, although they're starting from a very low point. I just think the Falcons have better players across their roster. Robinson and London on offense are elite, so I'm regardless of who's playing quarterback, I'm gonna just go Falcons. I think they're just a better team.
It's a tough one. I thought he had much faith in Kirk Cousins. Tyler Slough for the Saints had a decent game before he went on the bye week last week. So I don't know. I think Saints. I like their coach as well. The former Eagles coordinator as well. So yeah, I like him. He's a young dude. So I think Saints take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say the Falcons as well. Just because I won't be John Robinson to fall out for me again.
I'm going to go Falcons as well. I just think they're going to just be too much for the Saints. The Saints are in a rebuild mode sort of thing, and I don't think they're overly caring about winning. I think it's just more seeing what Tyler Shuck has got and seeing how it goes from there. Rams against the Bucks. This should be a good game.
Yeah, another good game.
Yep. Two of the best teams in the NFC, but I got to go Rams. I think the Rams are the best team in the NFC right now. Bucks aren't too far behind, but Stafford's just playing on a different level. Right now he's my favorite for the MVP, and I think the Rams win that. Narrow game, definitely narrow game, but I think the Rams just edges them.
Yeah, I think Rams as well. I think they're a well-oiled team whenever you watch them play, and very efficient, know how to get the job done. So yeah, I think Rams at home.
Yeah. It pains me to say it, but I think the Rams are going to win that one too. So,
I have the Rams as my Super Bowl favorites, so I am picking the Rams, obviously. 49ers against the Panthers.
49ers. I just think they're too good. Panthers are definitely improving. 49ers are better, and I think Purdy's come back. He looks good. Kittle and McCaffrey are firing. I don't think the 49ers lose that game.
I'm going to say the Panthers. I don't know. I'm just not keen. I've just not been keen about the 49ers this season. I think the Panthers look, I don't know. They look like just a team that, hey, we got nothing to lose. We're just seeing what the hell happens. And, they're putting away a lot of good teams. They're getting good wins. They probably see a potential playoff spot on the horizon for them. Got a bit of motivation to play well. Haven't been in this position in a long time. So I think they could get a little rally going. And I think there's potential there to take this game. So I'm going to say Panthers.
Yeah. Once again, it pains me to say it because it's Seahawks division, but I'm going to have to go 49ers as well. There's going to be three teams in that in our division that's going to have such a good record. It's bugging me.
Like the NFC North last year with the Vikings and Lions.
Yeah.
I'm going 49ers. I think with Brock Purdy back, Kittle's back obviously, and I think Ricky Parcells back this week as well.
He's back last week, is he not?
I'm not 100%. I just know he was coming back. But yeah, I'm going to go 49ers. Yeah, and that's us, gentlemen, for that week's games. We kind of ran on there. I was going to do a good calls and talking balls, but we kind of ran on since we talked balls about fucking Madrid for fucking near 25 minutes.
I know.
Well, there was so much to talk about because apparently they couldn't organise a piss stop in a brewery.
Aye, you know what I mean? We have to talk. They send you like surveys afterwards, and I'm just going to write not happy. My boys were not happy. Like I sent them.
Just say I don't. Just go. I don't know.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Do you ever notice when they send you those surveys, though, you only ever reply to them when you're not happy? Like when there's something that went wrong. Because it went well.
Yeah.
Or if you had exceptional
true.
hospitality or reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good reason, very good reason.
Same for the Dublin one, because everything was absolutely fantastic except for the stewards. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Aaron, I even put you in these freaking graphics too, like for good calls and talking balls. Like, you know what I mean? I made an effort and everything to have you in these graphics for this week.
No, hey. Just have to wait next week to see the cool, fancy new graphics we got cooked up, won't we?
That's it. But here, that's us for another episode of Talking Balls. We'll see you next week for another one. See you later.
Yeah. See you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.